Hi guys, igama lami Nasiphi Anela Vacu, aka Nella Fight, and I hope that you guys are good because I'm good too. So as you guys can see by the title of the video, and by the way, it's the 1st of March, birth month. This was supposed to be my first official video for 2025, and then life just happened. A lot of things just happened, and they are still happening, and they're still gonna happen, but we are back, baby. I can feel, man, this year is gonna be monumental. But before we get into the gist of the whole video, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and share and hit that notification bell so that y'all are notified. Without wasting time, let's just get into it. So guys, just a disclaimer, I will be unplaiting this hair. It is a mess. Like, it's not it. So a new month, new hair, new energy, new things. I've got my plastic here where I will be putting my plaits or my braids or the fiber, and I already know this is gonna make a mess. So yeah, let me not even forget that I'm actually shooting a YouTube video. The first question says, how was your 2024? Guys, 2024 was not only a mixture of emotions, but it was also one of my best years, but also one of my my worst years. Like, you guys saw some of my videos last year that I was going through the most. Child. First half of 2024 started off like on a goodish note, you know. I had gotten that sales assistant job, and then it didn't last because I wasn't like seeing the ROI of that job. So I was like, no, let me quit. And then I got the teacher assistant job just a month before my graduation, and that was quite cool. Like, I got to learn a lot of things about how a school functions, and also how it is to be a teacher besides just standing in front of the class passing knowledge to the kids and marking. No, there's a lot that like goes into being a teacher and making sure that every learner understands what you are teaching. So from then I graduated, and that was one of my highlights of my year 2024. And then after graduation, things just went south. Sana, oh my god, things just went south for real. Like, I would be at home every day doing basically nothing. I'd wake up, check my phone, check my socials, send emails for jobs. Like, I would send like 10 plus emails every day. That's how annoyed I was by staying at home, not having a job. Oh man, this thing is annoying. I'm gonna use the scissors, hope they don't hurt me. Like, I would be at home every day doing nothing. So I just got annoyed, and I was like, instead of always just being on socials, let me also apply online, you know, because some jobs required hand delivery, and then others did allow for you to apply via email or the website. So every day I was sending like 10 plus emails for jobs that are for things I'm not qualified in, and jobs for teaching. I'm even on a WhatsApp group for job hunting and teachers job hunting, to be specific. Like, hey guys, depression, cliche. it's a young part. Food, it's a young part. Like, I've had depression before, I've had anxiety before, but it's been undiagnosed. Like, I know the signs and symptoms, so I've had it before, and I don't like being in that space. I genuinely feel so lost. It's like I don't know myself. It's like I'm just living, but for what? So my first half of 2024 started up and then just went down same time. Like after graduation, yeah, think about my life. It allows me to envision what I want in the next 5 years or next 10 years. It makes me plan out my life, even though God will decide. And it just also allows me to rest and, just cool off my body and not always be in the presence of abantu. Like, your people's presence, guys, are so strong. The same way thoughts and your circle can influence you, always being around people is not good for you. Like, you need time by yourself for you to like talk to yourself. Ouch. For you to, don't try this at home, for you to like talk to yourself or talk to God, introspect on yourself, journal, find yourself, collect your thoughts, slow down a bit from the pace of the world. Even if you think you're in a slow place, the pace of the world is fast. Modern times are fast, and I don't think a human's mental capacity can constantly process that. So we do need time by ourselves, the same way we do need to rest. And those were one of the lessons that I learned, especially in the first half of the year. And I also had to learn to trust myself more and love myself more. And basically just, I don't have much friends like that in Jersey anymore. Like, friends that I had in high school are now grown. People are like living their own lives. They're in different chapters of their life. People are growing. So friendship circles also change, and it's not something that bothers me a lot. Like, I feel like one of the biggest lessons I learned last year was solitude and learning to love my own company and learning to be by myself, of which I still am learning to do. Like, it's kind of weird sometimes when I'm like constantly alone. Like, I don't even have a friend to talk to, not which I need someone in my life. No, I have people in my life, but obviously they're not physically with me. But it's just a matter of like learning to love your own company and being okay with your own solitude, like not needing a crowd or group of people to surround you for you to feel content. And I was beginning to love it, and right now I can say that I am enjoying it. I am really enjoying like being in solitude with myself. It allows me to think. It allows me to kill habits that were not beneficial to me. Like, kill a lot of things I was doing that were not benefiting my life, and having to understand why I had to outgrow certain things and take part in new habits, new behaviors, new ways of acting, new ways of thinking, and new ways of speaking. Because even in life, if you are growing physically, you need to grow in all aspects. You need to outgrow certain things. There needs to be change in your life, whether you like it or not. So that was quite difficult for me to like come into the realization of and accept why certain things are happening or why I was in that certain situation. And then just throughout the months, I wish I had a 2024 recap, honestly. Like, shout out to Grace Mondlana. Not specifically what she did during her 2024, but like having to sit down and actually create a video where she's recapping on her months in 2024 and just soaking in everything. But I'm not Grace, I'm Nella, so you're gonna be, talking about me. As the months just went by, I did get like thoughts of depression and hopelessness and sadness and loneliness, you know, because I'm an extroverted introvert or an introverted extrovert, which is an ambivert. I didn't really in my past life enjoy being alone. I just found it weird. I was like, then what's the point of having friends if you're gonna be alone, you know? And then obviously adulting happened. Guys, please mind the noise from outside. I live quite close to the main road, and Limpopo's got a lot of trucks, man, with the mines. So apologies for the noise. As the months went on, like I said, you know, felt lonely and stuff, and you know, depression was slowly kicking in to a point where my family even realized that. I'd get calls every now and then to be like, how are you? How's the job hunting? How are you feeling at home? And mind you, I'm staying with who? My grandparents. Sometimes I'd visit my mom. Just being in Pretoria for me, I didn't enjoy it because I didn't have friends. I don't have friends. I only have one friend in Pretoria, and she lives quite a distance from where I am or where my mom stays. So that's just money on Uber and or transportation, the taxi. Money I don't have. So I couldn't even like be excited to go to PTA because I'm like, I'm not even gonna see my friend. Even if I make plans to see her, where to go up at? I think God literally forced me to be like in solitude. Even when I was based in Pretoria, it was like, I know you have a friend here, but you are gonna learn to be alone. You are gonna learn to love yourself. You are gonna learn to grow habits that are not needed in your life, especially for the fact that you're female. You are going to install new habits in your life and new ways of living and acting and speaking and thinking and doing, you know? So shout out to him for that. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, he put me through the most. Around October. Yeah, around October. And like from month in September, electricity is back. Period. Oh, the way it's so hot. I want this fan on. But you guys are not gonna hear me, and I'm not going to be screaming. Just give me a second. Around September, I was still by my mom's in Pretoria. And also last year was the year that my man and I started long distance, of which I don't want to say it sucks. Like it's a good and a bad thing, excuse me. It's a good and a bad thing because it allows us to strengthen parts of our relationships that were that were kind of like lacking or not that sharp enough or that not that strong enough for us to sustain Lano. But it's also like a bad thing because now I can't like express my love physically to him. I can't touch him, I can't hug him, I can't kiss him. So like all of those things, I need to like find a way to console my heart via social media by always telling him that I miss him, always telling him that I love him. You know, he has to make sure and know that I love him and I care about him and I still respect him. So it's a good and a bad thing being in a long distance relationship, but at the same time, it's also not for everyone. It's not something we planned, it happened, and it's not something that's gonna be temporary. It's not something that's gonna be permanent. So in the meantime, you know, we're just maneuvering, finding ways to maneuver around it without having to break who we are and how far we've come and where we are heading, basically. We had been saving money, and obviously the money was gonna be for when we meet up so that we can have quality time, you know, create memories, just see each other and catch up physically, you understand? So we had planned our first, not, do I call it a get together? Our first week together, like meeting up. We planned it for month in September, going into the first week of October. So I was still unemployed. I was literally depending on SASA 350, and also I was getting money from my CV revamps. Like, I have a typing business, if you guys don't know. So if you need your CV revamped, or you need me to start your CV from scratch, you can DM me on Instagram or message me on Facebook. My name is Onela Vatu. Or you can email me at Vatu. My email address is in my description box, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if you guys want your CVs revamped, or you want help with a motivation letter or a cover letter, I am your girl. If you are a student and you don't have a laptop, or you're too lazy to type, I can type your assignment out for you, but you need to give me the draft. It's not like I'm writing the assignment for you, no. I'm just typing your draft out in a professional manner, and I can also help with referencing. I am very good at that. If you also struggle with that, hit me up and I will be at your service. So I was depending on that money, and it wasn't much, but it was something. I went to see him month in. I went to the Free State where I studied, because that's where he's from. We spent a week together, and then I had to unfortunately come home first week of October. Even on my way, I was just irritated. I was like, I'm going back to unemployment. I'm going back to boredom. I'm going back to like mundane days, which kind of sucked. I was just bored. From the minute I got home, I could feel the shift in the energy. I was just like, I don't want to be here. If it was possible, through me, I would literally, I would have literally had my own apartment, you get? Because I just didn't enjoy being told what to do. Like, I need to cook at this specific time. I need to clean the house with mess that I didn't even make. Because when I say, guys, my days were the same, I would literally spend all of my hours, if not most of them, in my room. Literally, every time you'd see me coming out of the room is to go to the toilet or to go to the kitchen to make food. Now, when I go to the kitchen, any dish that I'm using, I'm washing it right after making my food, knowing that when I'm done, I'm just digesting without the stress of, I got dishes to do. So that was the boring part about it, like having to do things for people who were not there. I get it, they were at work, but like, I'm not a housekeeper, you get what I mean? And then it becomes a problem when I have to see my friends, or I need to go out, or I want to go to the mall, or I want to, things like that. When I do want to do things for myself, it became a problem. So that just really got to me, and I didn't like it. And I started job hunting really hard again, to a point where I went to the malls close by my area. I went to the malls. I would drop my CV at restaurants, at gym stores, at retail stores. Yay! Even the people that I grew up with at home would see me. They knew, this girl, she's going to job hunt. Like, guys, that's how bad it was. And then luckily, by God's grace, I got the kitchen job around, I think I started beginning of November. A situation kind of happened at home that that really, really irritated me. Like, it got to my nerves, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this BS. I am going back to my mom's in Pretoria. I don't care if I'm gonna be lonely or whatever, and I don't know anyone there. It's fine. I'm going back to my mom's. I would rather cook and clean a place where there are 2 people using it, not now 3-4, and the people in the house aren't even there most of the hours, and like, I'm just like a housekeeper. So I was like, no, let me just go to my mom's once and for all. So I called her and told her the gist of what was happening at home, of which I'm not gonna mention on this channel. And she was like, oh, okay, you'll tell me when, you're in the taxi on your way and stuff like that. I was like, cool. That very morning when I'm supposed to leave, I was like, let me go to the shopping center and, try my luck with a job, because there's a butcher now. I was like, let me go there and like cool down there and try my luck. You know, cool down my emotions, try my luck. Maybe I'll get job nyan. Got there. Luckily, the boss was there. My only issue was that he had already hired people. So I was kind of like let down, and on my way out of the complex, something ran through my mind, and I was like, am I really going to Pretoria unemployed? Sit there, just to go and sit there in the house and just do my content and, you know, and journal and talk myself. Like, am I really going to Pretoria to do nothing when I can still just be strong this side and apply for a job? Because I don't know Pretoria, I know Joburg, you know. So I bumped into someone in that moment of me walking out of the shopping complex, and when they asked me how I'm feeling, I told them, I'm like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I am genuinely not okay because of 1, 2, and 3. And then that person was like, hey, Baba, go back. Go back, speak to that boss, tell him you want a job. I know he's hired people, but go there, stand your ground, tell him you live around here. There's no need for you to take transport. You want a job, period. And I went back, got into the butcher. They were still like busy with the finishing touches, so it was really like up and down. People were just doing their own stuff, you know, busy. And I got there, I asked him, I actually went there and I was like, hi, my name is Onela Batu. I live around here and I am coming to you with regards to wanting a job. And he's like, oh, okay, where do you stay? So I had to repeat again and tell him that I live close by. I was just 15 minutes. I am 15 minutes away from the shopping complex. So he was like, oh, okay, come tomorrow. Training starts tomorrow. Your septum, take it off. I don't want it. This is work. Your friends are outside, not inside. Hey, he's talking fast, like Portuguese guy. So I was agreeing. I was like, yes, sir, okay, sharp. Following day, it's a Thursday if I'm not mistaken, or Friday. I go, I do the training. Son, I'm thinking that job, I'm gonna come out Boma 4, 5. Understand? Like, not corporate stuff. I knew I was working for the kitchening. But I'm thinking ngaboma 5 or maybe 6 get latest. Yabo. Yeah. My first day was so long because I didn't even bring scaffolding. That's what made it worse. Just the lucky part is that when you work in Kodi kitchening, they give you staff food. Like, you cook, they buy ingredients and groceries for you guys, and then you cook for yourselves and you eat. So that was the nice part. I was saving up on transport and lunch, even though I was coming out very late, like 7:30, 8 o'clock. 8:30, I was always like at home, tired, drained, feet are boiling. I keep clean next. So that was like my festive job, if we could call it that, and it paid well. I was getting 1,000 rand a week, paid really well, and it was paid hard cash. So I was still like hoping that SASSA was gonna approve me, and I think they approved me for November, if not December, one of the months. So yeah, it helped me also to not be at home, you know, just doing nothing. Like by 8:30, I was already out of the house. By latest 8 o'clock, I'm always in the house, back from work, you know. So that was really great. I really enjoyed the independence, having my own money. I started feeling the change in my life, the change in my emotions, the change in my spirit, to be like, oh, finally I'm doing something with my life. It's not what I wanted, but it's getting me the guap. I'm able to buy my own stuff. I'm able to do my hair. I was able to buy my snacks. Like anything I wanted, I could do for myself. So that was really great. And then that job, the suckish part about it was you didn't get leave. So I had to like lie my way to get a free week on the last week of December. because on Christmas I got that day off, so I got to spend Christmas with the family and get sloshed and, you know, bond with the family and the siblings and make memories. Like, that was really, really nice. But on Boxing Day, I was literally back to work. I didn't understand that concept. Even guy is 16, I had to go to work. I was just like, what is going on? Like, this guy is just overworking us, making us robots. So I lied. I lied my way to get a free week. Like, I told the manager that, sister ma'am, at home we've got an unveiling. You get? And home is like Eastern Cape. My home is Josie, but like my roots are in Eastern Cape. So I was like telling her that, you know, I have got an unveiling and the whole family is like going to Eastern Cape. It's been a long time since we haven't been there. Yo, God, please forgive me for that lie. That was not humane. That was not morally stable. That was not it. That was just not it. When she felt for my lie, she was like, okay, I'll talk to the boss and let you know if you can like get the week off or not. And then she spoke to him, the Portuguese guy or Portuguese man, whatever. And then he said he eventually agreed. He was like, no, it's fine. Either way, the store's gonna be like empty because everyone is on vacation. She can go. Did I not go? I did not even want to show my excitement that week. I didn't want to show my excitement. I was like, you know, let me act cool, calm and collected. But deep down, I'm just like, I'm gonna see the mans. I was going to Eastern Cape Kesa and I was going to the mans. So the day came, I think I went on the 29th, which was a Sunday. The day came, packed my stuff so late in the morning because I was so drained the following day, the previous day. Like, I was tired from work and I was like, at least I have a few hours in the morning before I get the taxi to go to Free State. Let me just rest. Like, I'll pack in the morning, you know. So packed. My aunt dropped me at the taxi rank because I use long distance taxis to go to Free State. Like, it's just easier that way. It's less admin. And then I was on my way to my man's and I spent another week with him. Ouch. I spent another week with him, celebrating the year we've had together, celebrating our 4th anniversary because we couldn't sell. I was already working when we hit 4 years. I was already working, so I couldn't even make plans to see him in the month of November. So we're like, let's just combine everything together for December. And what else? We closed off the year once again. We crossed over together for the 4th time, which was really amazing. And then on the 5th of January, I was back. I was back, yes, I now bored, irritated that I'm gonna be frying chips, cleaning stoves. Oh my God, guys, that job was draining. Like, I'll have a mini story time about that job. And like, if y'all want a mini story time on how that job was for me, because I think I had that job for 2 months. Was it 2 months? I started beginning of. If y'all want a story time on that job, comment down below. That year, guys, 2024, was a roller coaster. And that takes me to my follow-up question that says, did I close the year off well? I did. It wasn't perfect because I got my midnight kiss late. But it was well. I closed it off well. I was still working. I was independent. My man and I had just reached a milestone of 4 years. I was content with the friends I had. My mom's and I's relationship was just slowly growing. No, it's slowly growing to what I wanted to be, not what it was in the past. And I graduated. And then, I'm forgetting this one important other highlight. I was farting, guys. During the job, the week prior, and like 2 weeks prior to me going to the man's, the week of the 16th, I'd gotten a call from a particular school in Limpopo, of which is where I currently am. They called me and they asked me if we could set up an interview. And then I was like, sure, but I unfortunately cannot physically come there. So is it possible if we have the interview online? And they were like, cool, no problem. We had the interview on Teams, but on the day of the interview, when I tried to connect on Teams and follow the link, Teams is attacking. And they called me back. They were like, what's going on? What's happening? Are you still able to attend? I'm like, yes. The problem is my Teams app, Google services. I'm using a Huawei. Wara, 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 wara. And they were like, you know what? Let's call you on WhatsApp and just have this interview on WhatsApp. And I was like, okay, it's better. It's simpler. Shout out. Let's do it. And then they called me after like 5 minutes. We did the interview. There was a panel of people. It was the CEO of the school, the 2 HODs, one for foundation phase and one for intermediate phase, and the coding and robotics guy. So it was the 4 of them. Each of them had a set of questions for me, like 2 or 3, and they were constantly like just, giving out the phone like this with every person who asked me questions. And then on Christmas freaking Eve, 24th of December, I'm at work frying the chips, boiling. It's summer, but I'm in the kitchen. They called me and they were like, you got the interview, you did well, you did excellent, and we look forward to working with you. Congratulations. I was like screaming internally and jumping, like the way the people were staring at me at that shopping center that day. I was like, it was a magical moment, I don't wanna lie. And yeah, so I literally closed the year off knowing that I was gonna start the year with a job in something that I'm qualified in, something that I studied for, something that's gonna give me the salary that I truly deserve, not hard cash 1,000 rand a week, and not hurikanyatsa. No, akinyatsi. I started there for a reason and I chose that job willingly. I accepted that job willingly. However, it's not a job that anyone just desires, like working for the kitchen, guys. You fry the chips every day, the ration, the full chicken, the sandwich. Hey, it's not nice. 10 hours standing up. Hey, my feet were going through the most. No cap. I'm even talking like a screw, and I get 2K. But anyway, I did close the year off very well because I got into 2025 with a job that I'm qualified in. What you gonna say about me? That didn't even rhyme, but it sounded so good in my head. That was wow. I didn't know. I'm still always stand over that moment to be like, wow. I basically got a job, a teaching job to be specific, 8 months after my graduation. Freaking imagine that. How great is my God? How great are my choices? How great is me? How great is everything? I had even forgotten that I applied for that job. So yeah, man, shout out to my God, shout out to my Thosies. My grandmother is my guardian angel. Honestly, ever since she passed away, my life wasn't so well. Like, things started, a few things went well, a few things went bad. Yeah, this goat. A few things went well, a few things went that great, but at the end of the day, they all worked out for a specific reason. And I am forever grateful to that lady. I feel like she's always watching over me and the blessings that I'm getting is also because of her. So yeah, period. Guys, before I get to my next question, last night I had such a weird ass dream. Like, I had a dream, like, I don't even know if I should talk about it, but this dream, I was in it obviously, and what had happened is that one of my family members was dying. And dying not naturally. It was like weird. This family member I'm not gonna mention because I don't wanna be manifesting anything or putting anything out in the universe. But God, I hope that you hear my cry, and I hope that you hear my dream and you're actually able to help me interpret it. But in this dream, this family member of mine was literally put into a coffin. Like, apparently, I don't know why I'm saying apparently, because it's not even something that's real, but in the dream, what had happened is that on that particular day or particular moment, she was supposed, I'm saying she because we've got a lot of females in my family, so God forbid what I'm saying and just help me interpret it. But she was put into a coffin because in that moment she was supposed to die. Like, that was her date of death, and she was put in a coffin alive. And then obviously after the closing of the coffin, I don't know if it took a few minutes or what, but after closing the coffin, the person dies, and then that's when the coffin was like lowered and, you know, put into the grave and all that. Like, even just talking about it is making me cringe. However, I do know from my experiences that dreams are not literal. Like, what I dream of is not always literal. There's obviously a particular message that is being sent out or that I'm getting a warning of. But when I woke up around 4 a.m. and I still remembered that dream vividly, I didn't even note it down. Like, I don't like noting down my dreams. I've tried it before. I don't like it because I know that it's gonna be on my mind the whole blessed day. So no, I don't do that anymore. The way I interpret it in the AMs around 4 a.m., I was on a call with my man. I didn't tell him about the dream, but after dropping the call, I like tried to be as positive as possible, and I tried to interpret it that maybe this dream symbolizes a death in my life, a death in maybe an old character that I am letting go of, or habits and behaviors that need to die or are dying in my life in order for me to make room for the new habits, the new me, the new spirit in me. Because as you grow, the old you has to die for the new you to grow, or for the new you to actually come to life and be alive, you know. Yes, the ends are so sore, man. It's like I'm pulling my own hair out. Damn. Thank God I can see the difference because I used brown. I think I'm seeing it that way. I think it's talking to me, and the family member that they used, maybe they used that particular family member because maybe I'm very close with her or something. But I do believe that it's not a literal death in the family. No, my family is still healthy. God still has plans for them. That is why He's keeping them alive. I think it's just a death in me, a death in my life that I need to accept and be able to grieve, and just make room and space and give a platform, and just, you know, give love and trust and believe, most importantly, faith into the new me, you know, the new character, the new Onela, the new behaviors, the new habits. And yeah, basically I just wanted to get that off my chest. I don't even know how long this video is. I'm not even halfway through my notes. So I think I'm going to section, I'm gonna section this video into 2 parts, and I hope that you guys enjoy it, because I don't wanna just post it as a whole and then you guys get bored at some point. Now, for you just watching me unplait my hair, there is nothing spectacular about that. There's really nothing spectacular. And I'm just yapping. But anyway, let's continue. How was the beginning of 2025? The beginning of 2025 was amazing. My first week, because I went back to work on the 5th, if not the 6th. I can't fully remember. So I spent obviously my first week with the man's period. And it was amazing. Physically, it was good and bad. Not bad, but it was good and also like not good. Because, hey guys, the night of the 31st was very hectic. The percentage of intoxication that was in my bloodstream, it wasn't a lot, but I was super intoxicated. So physically, the first 2-3 days I was just recovering physically in a good way. I'm not gonna mention that. Still fit. I entered the year still fit. No diseases, no infections, no sickness, only health, baby. So physically it was good and not good, obviously, because I was recovering. Spiritually, it has been, I don't know how to describe it. Spiritually, it's just been slow, a lot of changes, a lot of acceptances. Even now, I'm still trying to understand my life spiritually. I'm still trying to believe and trust and love and cultivate the spirit in me, the soul in me. I do read the word of God, but I'm still questioning it. But they say that it's good to question the Bible. It's good to question beliefs so that you get a better understanding. It just symbolizes your growth and you wanting to understand faith a little bit more and actually believe in something at the end of the day. So I am still only starting this year, and like ever since I got to Limpopo, a day doesn't pass by without me reading my Bible. And some days I don't understand what I'm reading. So I downloaded a few apps on my phone to help me with understanding the word of the Lord and interpret verses and why I read that particular verse on that particular day. I'm really enjoying the process, and it's taking time for a specific reason. And I'm in no rush. I just hope I get to a point in my life where I can memorize, one of my favorite verses and be able to interpret it to someone who needs to hear it, or someone in need of God's word, or someone who needs to be revived spiritually. So yeah, spiritually it's just been slow but really exciting at the same time. I'm still learning what I truly believe in. I believe in God, but I don't consider myself a Christian anymore. I am a confirmed member of my church, but it's also been a long time since I've attended church. So in my grown-up life, I am a spiritual being. I believe in a higher power, of which is God. I believe in the universe. I believe in the underground gang, baby. I believe that my grandmother is my guardian angel. Mara masisho in vernac. When you say it in vernac, see, these are idlozi. A guardian angel, idlozi, basically. It's someone in your family who has transcended into the afterlife and is now guarding you spiritually and looking over your life and protecting you. So shout out to my grandparents, actually, not just my grandmother, but my grandfather too. My maternal grandfather. I don't know my paternal side of the families. And then mentally, hey bandla, It's been a roller coaster. It's been a lot of things happening mentally, having to deal with change, outgrowing things like I said in the beginning, dealing with a new year, new energy, new prospects. So mentally it's been rocky, and in most times it's been good, but in some moments it hasn't been good. Like I wake up and my mood is just so sour. I'm wondering what's happening to me. Why is this happening to me? How is it happening to me? Make it make sense, somebody, because what the hell. So I'm still adjusting, to be quite honest. I'm still trying to regulate my emotions better instead of always finding issues and excuses and problems, and just seeing life from a pessimistic point of view. Like I'm really cultivating my optimism, because I am a very optimistic person. Just my childhood traumas kind of made me see life in a negative way a lot. It's been rocky. Also just having to manage work and my social life and my personal life and my spiritual life has been a challenge, because I don't know people like that here. I'm only starting to make friends now. I'm only starting to get into the hang of teaching now. So mentally nje nyaka nyaka, mara it's good and bad. I'm not complaining, but at the same time I'm also grateful, because I'm accepting a lot of things as the grown young adult that I am. But I am also trying to understand a lot of things and wrap my head around a lot of things and why they are happening. That's just how the beginning of 2025 has been for me. Only today, on the 1st of March, are we 3 months in. So it's a bit too soon to tell with how things are right now. But just from what I've mentioned, that's how things are going, and they're gonna be okay. Do you have a vision for the year 2025? Yes, I do have a vision. My plans are not in detail. I decided to take a different spin on how I live life. So last year, I did themes. I post on my WhatsApp story like different themes every quarter, like 3 themes every quarter. And I would basically live my quarter according to those themes and just see where it takes me. Did I succeed in the themes or not? And those themes kind of seemed, when I wrote them down, I wouldn't think much into them. I'd just thumb suck them. But by the end of the quarter, it's like I manifested them. So that was really beautiful, especially with the themes for quarter 4. One of the themes was opportunities, and by November I got graced with an opportunity of a job, and then that job graced me with another opportunity in a teaching job. And also when I got my first job, go to kitchening, that graced me with the opportunity to get money so that I could see my man and do things for myself financially, so that was really a beautiful thing. And I wasn't really on my phone like that, especially when I got that job, go to kitchening. Like it didn't allow me to be on my phone or socials like that. So when the 1st of January started, and like when I got back to work, huntley, I was not posting anything. I just post when I remember to be like, oh my god, let me post something, go WhatsApp, something yan. That's when I would post. No, I don't post like that, of which is quite shocking. I think that's why I'm lacking so much on my social media life, or let me say career, actually. I would just post when I remember to be like, oh, wait, see, I wanted to post this. I've been wanting to. Let me go on WhatsApp quick, you can remember. So I couldn't even create themes for the quarter. And when I eventually remembered, it was already a bit too late. We mid-month into January. It will make sense, but at the same time, it won't make sense the way I wanted. So I do have themes for the year and maybe the quarter or the months, but I'm gonna keep them to myself and I haven't noted them down, so I'm just gonna keep mental notes all the time and always remind myself where I'm heading and what is it that I want to achieve per quarter. So yeah, that's what I did last year, noting them down on my WhatsApp status and writing them down, typing them down on my WhatsApp status and posting them. And then I also took screenshots so that I always remember them, and you'll get an idea of what I mean by themes. But this year I'm gonna do it a bit differently by keeping mental notes and praying more. Every day when I go to work, I pray, I read a verse in the Bible, and I manifest. If I don't get time to pray in my room, when I'm walking to school, I pray, like talk to God, have a conversation with God, you know, and just grow closer to him, because he is my only father, period. I do have a vision, and I cannot spoil that vision because hunali baloyi mo bophelong, and I don't wanna open a jar of sweetness that is gonna be infected with sense of negativity and jealousy. Yes. But to give you guys, as my subscribers, a brief vision of the year, I'm just going to be gaining experience and skills and acquiring skills and learning new things in my teaching career and rise up from there. It is a private school, and obviously I don't want to be in a private school because how many benefits? Not give it a public. To think while I was studying teaching, I wanted a private school. I'm like, I can't wait to work in a private school. More money, more. Some private schools don't pay like that. Number one, it depends on the location you're in and the type of private school you're in. And I'm in my high so already that gives you a gist of that I'm not earning that much. But it's something, and I'm grateful for that. Shout out. However, how many benefits go private? Like housing and car subsidies and medical aids, forget about it. How do you go? When you work for private, you see yourself, bye, everything you do for yourself. If you want medical aid, you'll pay medical aid with your own cash, whereas when you're in public, they pay a certain percentage. I'm just here to gain skills and experience, see new people, make friends, learn a different culture, and then when the opportunity arises in God's timing, we rise up. We move to bigger and better opportunities and see where life takes us. Period. The other vision is just really trying to cement my name in the media industry, getting back on social media consistently, posting content, creating content, not just posting pictures of myself, like creating cool content, growing my audience, having a community, showing more of myself, showing more of my personality, being versatile and not just having sit down videos like this, be creative, collaborate with like-minded creators like moi, have some influence in my community, know what I stand for in media, and already just draft my pathway into the horizon. That is my vision. I am not gonna go into detail, unfortunately. Changes in my life. So you guys know, with a new year comes new energy, new changes, new things, and just anything that's got to do with a new year. And the changes in my life have been getting a new job, period, in teaching, which is something I'm qualified in, and relocating to a new province, which is Limpopo. I work at a private school in Limpopo, so I had to leave home and join Babua's Pedi, Litzonga, and maybe Venda, and be in limps. I like calling it limps, it just sounds cooler like that. When you say Limpopo, oh, are you going to... I could say Vimara, it just, the word Limpopo is not giving, so Runa, Rere, limps, baby. And also another change in my life, it has been something intangible, which is growth. I do feel the growth in who I am and how I am, how I act, how I conduct myself. Like, I see the growth. I am no longer that little scared girl. Like, I still do have my fears, but not like before. So that's what's really making me so proud of my growth. And also, I'm growing spiritually. Like, the fact that I pray every day is growth. Like, I didn't do that when I was in varsity. I didn't do that when I was in my unemployed era. No. Mentally, I'm also growing. So proud of myself, Kesana. Like, I'm no more as anxious as I used to be. I'm no more as negative as I used to be. I'm no more provoking myself over unnecessary things. I'm no longer obsessing and dwelling in the past. Like, that was my one challenge with my mental health, like dealing with my past. I was always stuck in the past, always beating myself up for things that happened and things that I didn't even cause, things I didn't even cause, things that happened to me from other people. And obviously it was because of my behavior, but it's not like I deserved to have gotten that treatment. So that was me years ago. Like, a month wouldn't pass by without me crying because of my past and why I can't change it, and why is it that I'm in this life, why is it that I'm here, why is it just a whole bunch of past traumas. So I'm proud that now when I look at my past, I look at it from a perspective of learning my lessons and appreciating why things happened the way they did and why they got me here and how they got me here. Not just dwelling in the past, crying, thinking, oh my God, I don't deserve to be here. Why did God make my life like this? No, God made my life like this for a reason. And unfortunately, I have to accept everything that has happened in the past and move on from it by learning, not just moping around hoping I can change it. No, unfortunately, you cannot change the past. It's inevitable. Those have been the 3 main changes in my life, and I'm just so grateful. Like, if this video could get views on me just sitting here just saying I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I would be the happiest girl on earth. Because I feel like I'm just yapping a lot at this point, and it's all coming out of gratitude, to be honest. Guys, I need to start gymming also, like exercising real hard. I need to honestly start gymming. I even have a yoga mat and I haven't used it in like months. Quite a disappointment. So I wanna tone my arms and my legs, and I want abs. I want so many things. And I want clear skin. And I want to lift it, bunda. I want my bunda to be lifted. I want it to, must look like 2 soccer balls. And I want good hair. I want good and long hair, period. Anyway, guys, my plans for YouTube and media in general is working a lot on my creating and posting schedule. This notepad that I'm using to read from literally has ideas, tons of ideas for my Instagram, for my TikTok, for my YouTube, for my future podcast, for my media in modeling, for my career in modeling, not my media in modeling, for my presenting skills and what I want to achieve in the long haul when I cement my name in media, you know. So that's something I really need to work hard on and actually implement a lot, not just put ideas down, like implement them, see my mistakes, learn from my mistakes and improve from there, not just wanting to be perfect. Because I think that's where my mindset had always been since last year, like, oh, let me just push YouTube because I'm unemployed. But every time I shoot, I'm overthinking, or I'm just, far away, or I always want things to be perfect. So immediately when I make a mistake while creating or shooting something, I like start over and like beat myself up to be like, girl, focus, girl, come on, wake up, can't be slacking like this. This is something you like, and if you don't like it, then drop it. And if you like it, put in the work, be genuine, just be you, don't overthink stuff. So that's something I've been battling with. And the fact that I'm not even consistent this year with anything, like I've just been posting 2024 content on Instagram and on TikTok. Like I'm just clearing out 2024 content so I can start afresh and just be consistent, honestly, because I am a consistent hand in a lot of things. But now when it comes to content, I've really been slacking, and it has been disappointing me, no cap. It's really been disappointing. It's not something that I've been ignorant to. It's just that a lot of things have been holding me back, and I've been using them as excuses to not creating content. So now I'm a big girl. Much, people want to see my content. People have been saying, oh, gotlaning. So, ke tlo gotla, guys, ke gotlile hanyane. Mara it's all about maintaining the gotlingness. If that even makes sense. Yeah, just working on my post schedule and the content creation schedule. I also need to work hard and smart, actually, not even work hard, work smart on networking. I need to network more. Like the people that I follow, I need to network more with them, like engage with their content more, communicate with them, knowing that when a time eventually comes, I'll get to collaborate with them. Because most of them, if not all, are in Joburg, the people that I follow. So it's just a matter of networking online and opening the door to network physically by attending events, going to brand activations, brand launches, and meeting these people physically and being in those spaces and manifesting those opportunities that the people have. And, not just sitting at home and hoping and praying to God that you get called by maybe a PR manager. No. Being in those spaces physically and seeing how things function, seeing how things operate, seeing how to uphold myself and how to, act and how to network, learn to optimize on my networking more, and not just rely on social media and the DMs, the emails. Growing my audience. Oh my God. We are currently on 380 subscribers. And the current goal is 1,000, guys. It's 1,000 subscribers. But I don't want to put pressure on myself. So the first checkpoint is 500 subscribers. And then from there, we just shoot up. I would really appreciate that if you are watching this video and you've made it this far, to kindly hit that subscribe button if it has not been hit, and also hit the notification bell so that you guys are notified every time I post a video or a short. And I'd also appreciate that you guys share my videos to people who could benefit from them, especially my sit down videos. Like if you know that someone needs to hear what I'm saying or could relate, please do just share by copying my video link, and we'll get more reach. And with more reach, it's more content. More content, more money. More money, more opportunities, more fun. And maybe one day I can collaborate with my subscribers. Even if you're not a YouTuber yourself, we can collaborate together or meet up and just have a wholesome, nullified day or expo or event where we just, become a community, get to know each other, and just be a family, man, and just be lovely. Like, so that life can just be lovely. Well, I really, really need to now kind of sift down things that I'm doing on social media and see what's working for me, see what's not working for me, also engage more with my audience and find out what they love seeing from me and why they love it, and consider the pros and cons of how I can make a certain niche of mine better. Like the one I want to really go into is podcasting, but that one I am honestly saving up on equipment so that when I post my first episode, I already have proper sound, proper lighting, proper dialogue, proper routine on how it'll pan out, and not just start from speaking from a camera like this. I can, but that is not the vision. Another thing I want to go into a lot is fashion, and not just for the clothes. Like you guys know, if you all read my description under my profile, YouTube profile, that I am still finding my style, my fashion style. So I really need to sift down my niches, because I'm doing a lot, man. It's lifestyle, it's opinions, it's sit downs on YouTube, there's vlogs here and there, food, fashion, conversations. Like if someone were to Google who Nullified is and they see what's written on socials or on the search engines, they're just gonna be like, what is this girl doing? Like, what does she do? I feel like I'm just doing a lot and I need to stick to a few niches, if not one, that people will be able to identify me and know me for. To be like, oh, it's that fashion girl, that girl with the septum who does like fashion videos on TikTok and Instagram. Oh, it's that girl with that funny podcast on YouTube. Or it's that girl who does like food challenges all the time on YouTube. Or it's that girl who does like really cute vlogs and she likes to like yap a lot, or like she does yapping vlogs. I want people to, when they search me or when they see me, to be like, oh, it's that girl who does 1, 2, and 3, I'd be like, oh, it's just Nullified. Like, who is Nullified? Even when I get called to like forums or conferences or events where I have to speak, they're gonna obviously wonder, people don't know me. They will ask, who is Nullified? And when it comes to describing myself from a social point of view, it is quite difficult. I haven't, outlined that. I haven't planned it out to be like, who am I really? I know myself, but in the media industry, in the media career, I wouldn't know how to describe myself. I'd just say that I am an all-rounder content creator on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And that is so swag, because people want to know more. People want details. People love details. They want to hear like, okay, you're an all-rounder content creator. What content do you create? Like sometimes There are certain things that a person should learn and know or research about themselves, knowing that when the outside crowd decides to ask on who you are, yourself, you can actually give people a brief summary of who you are and how you got there and what it is that you want. Not just, I'm just a content creator. Okay, what do you create? Now you have to always give people that necessary job of constantly asking, when you can just save them the time and explain to them in summary that you do this, you do that, and you kindly like it if they engaged and checked out your content, period. That is one of the easiest ways to also grow your audience, if you know yourself. And when you know yourself, not if, when you know yourself. You need to be sure of yourself, and then people will see that surety and believe in it and actually eventually support you. So those are the vibes. We are on 380 on YouTube, so that's like 620 subscribers short until we reach the one section of the monetization target, not the entire target. Because hunali the watch hours that I also need to increase on. Yeah, well, so I definitely want to monetize fully on my content on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok. I want to work with brands that are on my spectrum of likings and personality wise. I want to monetize to a point where when I'm posting something, I know automatically I'm getting paid just for a simple post on Instagram. I want that. I want to know that when people call me and they want to work with me, I'm already giving them my rate card to be like, listen up, I charge. That's the plan with the monetization. And I want to globalize myself. When I say monetize myself, I want to globalize myself. Like, get paid in different currencies for different things, for different activations, different campaigns, different brands, you know, working with PR teams, traveling for a living and getting paid to travel. Oh, that is the life that I want. And it might sound like right now I'm just naming it, thinking that I just want it for the glitz and glam. No, of course I want it for the glitz and glam, but I know the hard work that goes into it for you to get monetized for being on social media, or just being you on camera, or traveling and getting paid, or attending events and showing up and just, you know, showing face and getting paid for that. Like, it's really, it's a nice career to have, but you need to also love it. And it's something that I truly see myself in. It's the space that I see myself cultivating and changing the world in. It's where I envision growing and, you know, maybe diversifying life, and my life to be specific, and other people's lives in. And if it's not for me, God will answer me. But I am very much sure that my God also wants me in media, but everything goes with his timing, so I am not gonna rush him. I am officially done. Wow. Oh, my hair is so soft, Sana. I want to comb it out, but at the same time I don't want to. So yeah, growth, baby. Soon sobe senza amaphondo, yabo. Oh, shut up. And I'm so hungry now, yo. I literally woke up, bathed, had a packet of knickknacks, and then shot this video. Because I was like, lighting in the morning is really great, and today is not that sunny, so the lighting is not but it's better than nothing. And my battery was kind of full, so I was like, let me use the opportunity and shoot a video. So right now I'm just going to go and buy fries because I'm lazy to make food. I'm gonna go and buy fries, eat, come back, eat, and then prep to go to the mall because I need to do serious grocery shopping this month. Not serious, but like proper grocery shopping, and get a few things. Maybe try and look for a tripod and lighting. Maybe check the prices of a ring light. And what else? Window shop a bit. Check what's in the stores. And then eventually do this hara. Maybe I'll do my hair tomorrow. Just give it time to rest. Cause me unplaiting, I just opened up my pores. So give my hair a day's rest. Tomorrow we will be doing our hair. I'll probably vlog that on TikTok, and you'll see my hairstyle on YouTube next week, the following week, after the week after this video comes out. So that's what's up, yella. With that being said, I really hope that you guys, I want my original septum back. This one feels irritating. Anyway, with that being said, I really hope that you enjoyed listening to me yapping, and I hope you also enjoyed this video in as much as I enjoyed recording it and passing time to unplait my hair. And please do check me out on my other socials. On Instagram and on TikTok, I am Nillified. On Facebook, I am Onela Vatu. But if you type Nillified, I think I'm gonna pop up. And also on YouTube, I am Nillified. So get your friends and their friends and your circle in full to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to hit that subscribe button, to like, to comment, to share, yay, to do all the lovely things we do on the Red app. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye.